Good afternoon and welcome to the mailroom. I'm Tyler.
Hello?
Sis?
Can you hear me?
Sis, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Sis,
Hello?
can you hear me?
Oh my god.
Hello?
This guy is, he's
Wait.
such an idiot. You're an idiot. You degenerate idiot.
Wait.
Cancer. Dumb.
Wait. No.
This big piss baby can't do anything right.
Alright, so first up, we got the Fortnite Apple debacle. What is going on with that?
Yes, so right now, Fortnite has been removed from the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. That's kind of, I feel like people are ignoring that it's been removed from the Google Play Store, but it is removed from there as well. What happened was Epic decided to make a workaround for payment methods on the apps. So it helped to kind of bypass the 30% charge that the Apple Store makes on any purchases made through it. And Apple was not happy about this because they obviously want their money. And they say that every other app is supposed to make any purchase go through them with that additional 30%. Epic is not happy about this, and they have actually filed lawsuit. They're saying that Apple is creating a monopoly, and they're not happy about it. It's kind of a complicated situation, but the bottom line is that Fortnite has been taken from the Apple Store because Epic is not paying Apple.
So who do you think is right in this situation? I mean, obviously Apple is an enormous corporation who is, probably exploiting a lot of the app developers that is on its platform, but it does cost a certain amount of money to keep your app running on there, so, who was really wrong in this situation?
So, I think it's difficult. It's definitely not a black and white situation. So, apps like Netflix or YouTube, where you can also buy content, I guess don't have to pay this fee. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but they say it's because there's no way for them to possibly review all of the content that's on Netflix or YouTube or Hulu or whatever. And I kind of think it's unfair to put movies and music on a different pedestal on a different playing field from video games, because they're all art. So it's hard to say that some companies should be exempt from this while the game industry has to follow these sets of guidelines. Yeah,
I can totally understand that. So they have Epic actually made a trailer about this. It's a parody, Fortnite 1984 Apple parody video and original Apple trailer. Fortnite has been removed. Wait, is this the video? Okay, this is it.
The anniversary of the platform unification directives.
It's Apple.
Years they have given us their songs, their labor, their dreams. In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
Defy the App Store monopoly and retaliation. Apple is blocking Fortnite from 1 billion devices. Join the fight to stop 2020 from becoming 1984. Hashtag free Fortnite. Free it. Free Fortnite. Here. The original app. This is the Apple trailer? Oh, this is the original.
Yeah.
A garden of pure ideology, where each worker
Because they were implying that Microsoft was being monopolistic and Apple was coming to free us from PC. Just the PC.
Oh, how the turntables.
one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their
This is awesome.
Apple computer will introduce Macintosh. And
They
you'll
really
see
copied
why
the whole thing. It's
1984
awesome.
won't be like 1984.
That's funny though. I mean, free Fortnite. Oh my god, Epic is really the they're just such a huge victim. Making how much money did they make last year on Fortnite? Like, come on. If they lose the apps, they're not gonna lose that much money. They still have all the other platforms. I can see Apple is being monopolistic, but at the same time, like, Fortnite really isn't hurting either. So I don't know.
I mean,
It's just a bunch of
that's
rich
hard
people.
to say though, because a lot of people do play. I mean, a lot of people who are still playing Fortnite are playing on their mobile devices. And actually, just today I was reading. This either happened last night or this morning. Apple is also threatening to take away Epic's rights to their editing software. So basically, Epic wouldn't even be able to develop anything in Apple software. And so that would hurt their entire future, endeavors if they can't. I mean, that's also to update their current builds of Fortnite, and then if they're going to make new games and put them on the App Store. So Epic's pretty concerned about that. I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I understand that Apple needs to make money. And I mean, they are technically providing a service with the App Store in general. But it seems a little unfair to put certain standards, or to hold certain standards for games that they don't hold for music or film.
Right. Yeah. There's a double standard that goes on with gaming. It's really and it works multiple ways too. Like as far as like copyright is concerned, all music. You've seen the DMCA stuff that's been happening on Twitch. People play any song and they get copyright striked, and then all of their VODs just get taken down because they have copyright music in them. Like from like years ago, like all of their VODs just gone in a matter of like hours. All of the streamers. But when it comes to video games, like if you play like an original video game soundtrack that doesn't get copyright claimed, even though it's music, it's original music, it doesn't get copyright claimed. You can play a video game, upload it on YouTube, and it's literally just the video game, and you don't get copyright claimed. So I mean, it works both ways. It's really, really strange. Video games are just like an entire entity in itself. Like, it's just completely separate from all of the other art forms. Like, you can't watch a movie on Twitch. Like, if you watch the whole movie, you're gonna get taken down. It's very strange. It's very strange how this is all playing out, but it's very interesting.
I'm interested to see what this actually means for the future of app gaming, because I know during this whole debacle, Apple has also said they're never going to support cloud gaming from like Microsoft and Google. So since Microsoft and Google are going to have like subscription services for games, they'll never allow those to go through on Apple. Like, you can never play your games on an Apple device. So I don't know.
Crazy.
It's interesting that the way we play games, I think, is going to start being affected.
Yeah, this case is
But
definitely
we'll
going to
see.
set a lot of precedents.
Yeah.
It's going to have a big impact. But next up, we got The Last of Us Part 2 update. It's the this is the 1.05 update of the game. So there's actually a lot of cool stuff in this update. It's got Grounded mode. The namesake of this major update is Grounded mode, which, returning from the first game in the series, for those that didn't play the original, Grounded is the toughest difficulty option that players can choose. An official Naughty Dog post confirms that Grounded mode makes The Last of Us Part 2 more difficult by making enemies deadlier and ammo, upgrade, and crafting materials incredibly scarce, as well as getting rid of Listen mode and some elements of the UI. So this is just like for players that did not get enough butt whooping from the first playthrough. They're like, hey, are you a masochist? Well, here's Grounded mode, and just go ahead and die over and over repeatedly until you lose your mind playing this game. So, I mean, it's amazing how much positive reception this game has gotten from fans and critics. You know, everybody just absolutely loves this game. So what does Naughty Dog do? They're like, here you go. We're going to give you this great update with an even harder difficulty, because I know you just can't stop playing this game. And permadeath mode. If you want to make The Last of Us 2 even more challenging for yourself, you can give permadeath a go. As the name suggests, this mode makes death permanent and causes players to start the game over from start if they die. So what's different about permadeath mode?
Whew.
It's also, it's going to make the game a lot harder, but you can play permadeath mode on the easiest difficulty. So
Okay.
it's not like, I think it would be cool to have like speedrunners do this. I think that would be pretty interesting. Just have them play on permadeath on the easiest difficulty, get through the game the fastest, but you only have one try. You can't start over. I think that would be cool. That would be a
that
cool
sounds
new
torturous to me.
It would be torturous, but it'd be cool. It would be fun to watch somebody else do it. Like it's like watching like Evel Knievel. Like I would never want to ramp a motorcycle over 15 buses, but watching somebody else do it is pretty sick. So those are the two new game modes. They just made a couple harder, made the game harder in a couple aspects. There are some new render modes. So they have 30 render modes here. Graphic Headache, Afterlife, 8-bit, Watercolor, Dungeon Void, Pop Poster. It just makes the game look different. It puts a different skin on the game, which is really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I mean, so like there's like this Matrix one that literally like you're like you can the immediate area around you is rendered in, and then like past that, like past the area that you can see, it's like all numbers and stuff, green numbers coming down. It's really cool. Watercolor adds a couple lines and makes the characters and the scenery look more wet. I mean, just like a watercolor does. There's a bunch of different cool ones. I think
that's actually really cool.
It would be a really cool twist on the game. If you like want to play through it again, you just like want a different feel to it. It would be cool to use one of those.
Yes.
Audio, gameplay, and audio modifiers. We have Mirror World, which basically flips the entire world. Mirror on death. So if you're like playing the game and you die, it flips the world around. So it's just like a brand. If you know the game from heart, it's gonna make it so that everything feels new again. Basically, you don't know which way to go, which would be really cool. Slow motion, you can play the game in slow mo. I saw a little bit of that. It doesn't really look that fun. Bullet speed mode is like what is it called? Deadeye or whatever in Red Dead.
Yeah.
They obviously can't use the name, but it basically just makes it so whenever you're aiming down sight, it slows the game down a little bit to make it easier to aim. Which, I mean, if you're playing on an easier difficulty, the aim assist is already so high, it's not going to be hard to shoot enemies anyways, but it's just like a cool little add-on, you know? Like, you want a little element from, like, Red Dead games, there you go. Infinite ammo, infinite crafting, infinite melee durability, infinite listen mode, range, one-shot. I don't know what the difference is between one-shot and touch of death. I think one-shot is you get one-shot. I may be wrong about that. Touch of death, I think, is when you one-shot enemies, but I'm not completely sure about that. 8-bit audio, 4-bit audio just makes it sound like an arcade game, which does not sound good. I watched like a little bit of it, and it just literally is going to blow your headphones out and make you not want to play any game ever again. Helium audio is what it sounds like. It just makes the voices high-pitched, Xenon makes them low-pitched. It's like a funny little effect for a couple minutes, but it's not something you're going to want to play the whole game with.
Yeah.
And then you have some new accessibility and gameplay options. Saves now display playtime to the second, film grain adjustment option, disable listen mode option. Just a couple of different accessibility things. But yeah, the bulk of this update is concerned with grounded mode and permadeath mode. I think that is so cool. We've seen the render modes before in The Last of Us 1, but not to this extent.
I think that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to see I'm excited to see that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think, in all seriousness, people did hate The Last of Us 2. Generally, people just hated it. But I think they're really doing a lot to bring people back in, and I don't know. I think I don't want to get too far into this because we're coming out with a review on The Last of Us Part 2 soon in a week or two, and it's going to be the greatest Last of Us Part 2 review on YouTube, I have to say. So I don't want to give my opinion too much.
It is.
Just letting you guys know about this fire update Naughty Dog came out with.
I think it's pretty cool, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna make somebody who didn't like the game, but I think it does add replayability for people who did already enjoy the game. Because I think a lot of the people who didn't like the game because of the narrative. But I think this adds replayability to a game that I don't know that I would personally want to play a second time. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
Alright guys, well, that is the news for today. If you want to see more of us play some video games, go follow us on Twitch, My Mailman, and come back next time for the next gaming news video, and we will see you guys later.
Bye! Coming up next, Tyler gets canceled.
What?